Hey guys, welcome to another TTM autograph haul video. This is Sunday's video. We have 11 returns in this one, and unfortunately we have a few people who've passed away. I just want to let you guys know and share a little bit about them. This video will be a little bit longer than my normal video, even though we only have 11 returns. I mentioned something at the beginning of last video, and I just want to, give you kind of a life update and just kind of give you an idea of what's going on with the channel right now. And because I've known you guys since April of 2024. A lot of you guys have been here pretty much since the beginning, and I just kind of want to fill you in on what's going on. Beginning of the last video, I mentioned that I was going to meet with the surgeon last week, and I played it off like it's whatever happens, and I've done it before. And well, back of my mind, that I was just like, something could happen. This could be the year I probably need a surgery or whatever, because it's been spoken about pretty much every year. Well, this is the year. I'm gonna need a pretty extensive surgery on the 28th. I'm gonna need basically a full cervical fusion. From my C1, C2 vertebrae down to T1. To the back of my neck, it's going to be rods, screws, cadaver bone fusions, and all that stuff. I'm going to be in like a brace for 2 months, and kind of a lot of physical therapy. After a while, I won't be able to drive for quite a while either. I'm just mentioning this because, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with the same pace of submissions and stuff that I've done, for the past year and a half. Doing the videos and this and that, just because I don't know what the recovery and everything's supposed to be, or going to be, because it's different on everyone, right? So that's what I wanted to fill you guys in on. If you want to keep up to date with everything that I'll be going through, if I have to miss an episode or just updates about anything, subscribe to the channel, because I will post, I think it's like a community notes or just a post in it. Like I've done it before in some things, and it will pop up on your For You page most likely if you watch my videos normally. But the reason why I started doing TTM is because of just the loss of motor functions in both of my arms. I've had this neck thing for 20 years. I got rear-ended by a gravel truck when I was 18. I got T-boned at a very fast speed when I was in college. 16-year-old girl was late for school. My neck's really never got better. So I'm in my 40s now, and so I've dealt with just, it's affected my life in a great way. Well, not a great way, but a very big way. So if I can trade some of those issues for lack of movement, but really my mobility as far as my neck goes isn't great anyway, because my spinal cord is basically strangled in 3 areas of my neck. My MRI was a disaster. I even heard my surgeon before I heard my surgeon in the hallway before I met him. And he was talking to the nurses like, there's no way this guy's in his 40s. No way. Because he's looking at my MRI and he's never met me yet. That's how much of a disaster it is. The guy who's going to do my surgery is actually the son of the guy who did my first surgery. Read a lot about him. Great guy. Very knowledgeable. Explained everything with me very thoroughly. And so the reason I started doing TTM in the first place, like I said, it was motor function, and I wanted to, write and go through all my cards, and the writing is a big part of it, and it has helped greatly. Major. If you look at some of the envelopes I had at the beginning, and now, clearly my handwriting isn't the best, but it is a lot more legible, and I'm able to write a lot faster than I was at the beginning. I was dropping everything. My hands was the complete disaster at that point. But yeah, I just wanted to share you guys that information because, a lot of you guys have been around since April 2024. I see a lot of the same people who message or post and everything every video, which, dude, it's amazing. I can imagine. I mean, you guys don't understand how thankful I am that you guys do that. So, all right, let's get going. Enough of that stuff. But yeah, let's unfortunately speak to a few people who passed away. We have Mr. McMillan. Miss Randy McMillan. I mean, he's the first running back that I really remember watching on the Colts. But Mr. McMillan, 67 years old, played for the Colts from 81 to 86. I did not know he was ill. I still don't know if he was going through something for a long time, but I want to thank him for these and corresponding with me. I think I got those about this time last year. And then we got Mr. Truax. Billy Truax was 82 years old. Played from 64 to 73 for the Rams and Cowboys. He was a member of Super Bowl VI. I think that was the Cowboys. Could be the Rams. I'm trying to think. But yeah, so this is very cool that he signed and inscribed it with this number. And this one right here, Mr. Jim Willis. He's one of the older guys that was still alive. I mean, clearly, we have, what's this, a 53 or 54? I kind of forget the year. 54, I believe. But yeah, he was 98 years old, played from 53 to 54 with the Cubs. So yeah, so I just wanted to point those guys out. Like I do, that's very unfortunate that 3 passed away in between videos. I think Mr. Willis may have passed away like the day of my last video. But okay, let's get going here. If you want to have any questions about any of the addresses I use, just go to Sports Card Forum. My username is SweetBob. Just type in the player's name and you see which address I use. It's usually one at the main bottom. Those are newer ones. So we have Spokane, Washington. 2 of 2, 15 days. We have Tom McLeod. We have 2 of this. He only has 1 card. It's a 76 tops. And for me and my brother. So we got 2 of them here. He's 75 years old, played from 73 to 77 for the Packers and Colts. 3rd round pick out of Minnesota in 73. First team All-Pro by the Sporting News, which I don't understand. I don't know if there's 2 voting bodies at that point that voted on All-Pros, but there was specifically Sporting News and I think UPI, and he was Sporting News first team All-Pro. Unfortunately, the next year he tore his Achilles, and it basically shortened his career. So that's why he has 1 card, and it's an All-Pro card. So you would expect, he had a long career, but fortunately, injury like that back then in the 70s, that definitely shortened your career. So we have Trenton, Michigan. 3 of 3, 106 days. We got Dennis Rasmussen. I actually sent to him maybe May of 2024 or June, and I never got it back, so I resent and got this back. We have a 88, 88 Fleer, 87 tops, and 90 upper deck, which, by the way, you could see I am getting my 87 tops situated. These are all signed. This is my 87 tops and 87 tops traded. I need to get around to making a list of my needs and how many. I don't want to do a video. Things have been going on, so I haven't been able to really sit down and figure out how I'm going to do it. So, but Mr. Rasmussen is 66 years old, played from 83 to 95 for the Padres and Yankees. Padres, Yankees, Reds, Padres. Oh my God, I'm totally ruining this. Padres, Yankees, Reds, Cubs, and Royals. He, in his career, he had 91 wins, 77 losses, and a 4.15 ERA. 17th overall pick in the 1980 draft. Few picks after Kelly Gruber and right before Glenn Wilson. And he coached in the minors and in the Independent League after he retired. So he actually pitched his entire career without cartilage in his left foot due to, it was like a childhood accident. So, I mean, he is left-handed, so it's not his plant foot, but still, I mean, that's commendable. That's really impressive. So we got Brown. I wanted to hide it. I tried to post a short on, I think it was the one that got the postage due thing on, and I had to cover up like all the addresses because YouTube was like, oh, don't, it's got addresses on it and this and that. So I just wanted to cover my bases with that. But 3 of 3, 13 days. We got Paul Brown. Now, he has not been a consistent signer for a very long time. And I think before I saw it on sportscollectors.net or whatever, then I saw a few people on Sports Card Forum post submissions. I was like, I'm going to try it. So I went to my LCS and got these cards. So Paul Brown, 62, a 64, and a 63. But Mr. Brown is 84 years old, played from 61 to 63, and then in 68 as well with the Phillies. In his career, he had no wins in 8 losses and a 6.00 ERA over 36 appearances. He's also the older brother of Jackie Brown, who played in the majors. And did not expect to, have another person that played in the early 60s just out of the blue start signing again. So very cool, very unexpected. And yeah, I was looking for some new guys to send to. I'm going to start maybe sending to some guys who charge. And so, because I think I've pretty much exhausted a lot of the guys who are free from that era. Speaking of paying, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 1 of 1, 15 days and $10. 87 tops. I had to get Goose Gossage here. But Mr. Gossage is 74 years old, played from 72 to 94 with the White Sox, Pirates, Yankees, Padres, Cubs, Giants, Rangers, A's, and Mariners. And he did spend a little bit in 1990 over in Japan. Baseball Hall of Fame member in 2008 on his 9th ballot. 9-time All-Star World Series winner in 78. 3-time AL saves leader. He is enshrined in Monument Park at Yankee Stadium. I think they call it Monument Park honorees. In his career, he had 310 saves over in 1,002 games and a 3.01 ERA. At some point, I might send him I think that's 88 tops traded, where he's a Cub. That would be cool, but need to start getting some of these 87 tops guys who charge. Peachtree Corners, Georgia. They scanned it backwards because it's got all this stuff. 30 of 3, 113 days. We got Paul Ossenmacher. Here we go. I don't usually send these. Is it 91 Fleers? Yeah, I rarely send those. But we have I think it's a 92 or 93 Stadium Club team set. Yeah, card. 91 Fleer, just because I like this photo. Looks clean. And 95... This 95 update, or sorry, not 95, 86 update. I thought it was 85, but 86 update. So Mr. Ossenmacher, 65 years old, played from 86 to 99 for the Braves, Cubs, Yankees, White Sox, and Indians. In his career, he had 61 wins, 44 losses, and 3.51 ERA. And he has worked as a high school pitching coach in the Atlanta area quite a number of years. Very cool to get that back. I'm a Cubbies fan, so is it Dunellen, Florida. 2 of 2, 12 days. It's another guy who only had 1 card. We have Craig Anderson. I've got a couple of them, and he inscribed it Original Met. It's very cool to get an inscription like that. Mr. Anderson is 87 years old, played from 61 to 64 with the Cardinals and Mets. Selected number 16 in the 71 expansion draft, or not 71, 60, 61 or 60. I forget what, I wrote that down wrong. But he was, taken by the Mets in the expansion draft. He was the last losing pitcher in a game at the Polo Grounds in 1963. In his career, he had 82 appearances, 7 wins, 23 losses in his career. So, yeah, very impressive signature. So, all right, we got Burlingame, California. 4 of 4, 12 days. We got Bill Laskey. Okay, here. Oh, sorry about that. Here we got 84. Okay, just regular 84. 84 Donruss, 83 tops, and an 86 O-Pee-Chee. So I've been getting some of those back. I actually don't think I have too many out to be signed, some of these O-Peaches I've been buying. But Mr. Laskey is 68 years old, played from 82 to 88 with the Giants, Expos, and Indians. In his career, he had 42 wins, 53 losses, and a 4.14 ERA in 159 games. After he retired, he went into he coached softball. He went into broadcasting. I think he's like NBC Bay Area and all that stuff. And then he runs a sports talent agency too. So he's dabbled in a lot of different fields. Yeah, very cool. All right, Phoenix, Arizona. 1 of 1, 15 days, $5. This is Joel Youngblood in another 87 tops I've received. Very clean card. I always liked that card when I was growing up. But Mr. Youngblood is 74 years old, played from 76 to 89 with the Reds, Cardinals, Mets, Expos, and Giants. All-Star in 81, World Series champion 76 with the Reds, even though he only had 1 appearance in 1 game. He was actually the first player to get hits for 2 different teams on the same day. He was on the Mets, and he played at Wrigley Field versus the Cubs in the afternoon. And then he was traded to the Expos, and the Expos was like, get him on a plane to Philly. They were in Philadelphia, and he played later that evening. Manny Trio had something very similar, but I don't think he got hits in those, or at least one of those games. I think that's what I read. But yeah, there is a Manny Trio card in 83 Fleer. I think that's what it is, that shows, is like him in 2 different jerseys on the same day. Probably could be completely wrong on the year, but I'm pretty sure that was a Fleer card. But yeah, over 1,408 games, he had a 265 average and went into coaching after retirement, like a lot of these guys do. All right, Berlin, Massachusetts, 3 of 3, 31 days. We got Paul Mitchell, not the hairstylist guy, but the pitcher. We have a 77 tops. He signed over the faux. I just noticed that. He signed over the faux signature on the front. We have an 81 Donruss and 76 tops. So Mr. Mitchell is 76 years old, played from 75 to 80 for the Orioles, A's, Mariners, and Brewers. In his career, he had 32 wins, 39 losses, and a 4.45 ERA in 162 appearances. He was also inducted in 2002 to the Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Fame. All right, we got a couple more here. We got Grants Pass, Oregon, 4 of 4, 22 days. We got Tom Blanchard, punter. I don't send to too many kickers and punters, but I think I'm going to start sending to some. We have a 73 tops, an 80 tops, which I believe that is an airbrushed helmet. I believe. Could be wrong. It could just be kind of like a weird orange, but we have a 75 tops and a 76 tops. Mr. Blanchard is 77 years old, played from 71 to 81 with the Giants, Saints, and Bucks. 12th round pick in 71 out of Oregon. He's actually mentioned this, like, I'm surprised I was even picked, but he was pretty much put straight into the starting punting position right away with the Giants. And then he played in 148 games, and he appeared in 2 playoff games. Unfortunately, a lot of the teams that he punted for were not, playoff level teams, but that kept him super busy on some of these teams, especially the Saints and Bucks during that time. So we got one last one here. Sussex, Wisconsin, 3 of 3, 41 days. We got Kevin Bell. We have a 71 tops here, 78, and an 81 Donruss. But Mr. Bell, he is 70 years old, played from 76 to 82 with the White Sox and A's. 7th overall pick in the 74 draft, picked right after Larry McWilliams and a few picks before Ken Phelps. And the White Sox debuted him at 20 years old. Kind of stunted his growth, never really developed into, an everyday player, especially with his bat. Back then, probably should have kept him in the minors a few more years and then brought him up. The White Sox, believe they were not the best during his time, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I always liked these cards though when I was growing up. But yeah, Mr. Bell, thank you very much. If you think I've earned your subscription, please hit the subscribe button. Please like the video and comment down below your favorite return of the week. Mine is probably, I guess, Goose Gossage. I I think, yeah, that's probably, or maybe, yeah, Paul Brown, actually. Paul Brown, because it was very out of the blue. You know, I went and got it, got cards and sent them out pretty much that same day or the next day. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday for Wednesday's video. I've been getting a lot of submissions out. Should get some pretty cool cards coming up in the next couple weeks. And like I said at the beginning, I'm very thankful for everyone who watches these videos. And I'll try to get these out on schedule after surgery. Although that first Sunday after surgery might be kind of tough, but I just want to I'm just gonna do everything to keep pumping out videos for you guys. We'll be back Wednesday for Wednesday's video, and I thank everyone for watching.